Hello everyone, my name is Sissy and welcome to Superfan Sessions, a podcast where we unpack Big Brother. So obviously I have a lot of competition here in the podcast world, especially when it comes to Big Brother. So this is really just a podcast for me. I don't know if anyone else will be tuning in, but honestly that's okay. If this does find you, hello. But I think this is really just going to be for me. I've been watching Big Brother for about 7 years now. I started watching during season 18. And again, if this actually does find anyone, I know, especially for like super fans and Big Brother Twitter, that's kind of a controversial season to start on because it is new age Big Brother. And a lot of people are like old school. They like old school better. But I have gone back and watched other seasons, older seasons, and like clips of older seasons. I know all of the like icons from the older seasons. I'm currently watching BB14, which so far is like super good and I love it. But yeah, so I'm like a really big Big Brother fan. I wanted to audition for it, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're not here for me today. Today we're here to unpack the Big Brother 25 cast, which was revealed today. I don't know when I'll be posting this video, but as of right now, the cast was revealed today. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first house guest we have is America Lopez. Now, America Lopez is 27 years old from Edinburgh, Texas, and she is a medical receptionist. So for this little unpacking session, I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on these people pre-season before we see them jump into the gameplay and kind of just my assumptions on how I think they're going to play the game. So for America, unfortunately, I do see her being a floater and I do see her being in a showmance. I think, no offense to her, but it's just like that stereotypical showmance girly vibes, like kind of giving Alyssa BB25. I think she talks a big game, but I don't know if she'll be able to provide. I hope she does because I'm always rooting for the girlies in this game. I feel like the women are always underdogs in Big Brother, and I really hate that, and I'd love to see another woman win like Taylor won last year. I would love to see that again. But unfortunately, I do see America being a floater. She could possibly make it to jury, but I think like very early jury, if anything. The next house guest we have is Blue Kim. Now, Blue Kim is 25 years old. She is from Riverside, California, and she's a brand strategist. Blue Kim is my preseason fave. She is giving... I think she's going to be so messy and so entertaining, which is what I want to see in Big Brother. I think she's going to be a puppet master, like, but behind the scenes, I think no one's going to really know that it's her making all the moves. I think I'm afraid she might get into a little bit of trouble if she plays too hard too fast. But I'm hoping that she doesn't do that because I can really see her like going far. And I feel like she's really giving Janelle vibes. Like she can win a lot of comps. But I hope that she actually wins though. But she's my preseason fave. Miss Blue Kim. I love her. I don't know her, but I love her. Next we have Bowie Jane. She is 45 years old from Melbourne, Australia. And she is a DJ. So my thoughts on her, I feel like she's giving JC BB20 vibes. I think if she's not the first boot, because typically like older people are usually the first boot. If she's not the first boot, I think she could possibly float all the way to jury. And I think she would do this by being on the outskirts of alliances like JC was in BB20. You know, he was in with level 6, but he was also in with the Hive. And I feel like, you know, kind of being down the middle there, but still getting information from both sides is kind of what Little Miss Bowie is going to be doing this season for us. So I can either see her doing that and making it to jury pretty far, or being like one of the first boots. Next, we have Cameron Harden. He is 34 years old. He's from Eastman, Georgia, and he's a stay-at-home dad. So So Entertainment did release like little video clips of these people in the diary room and what their strategy is. And he said he doesn't want to win the first HOH, but in my head, in my predictions, I can actually see him being the first HOH. I feel like that happens quite frequently. People are like, I don't want to win, and then they do it anyway. So that's my vibes with him. I feel like he's going to be in a bros alliance with Matt and Luke. I think Matt and Luke are going to be in a final two. I'll get to them later. But I think Matt and Luke are going to be a final two with Cameron just kind of like on the outside of their bros alliance. And I think Cameron might be a bit of a comp beast. I think it could be a little surprising, but I can see it. Next we have Corey Wertenberger. He is 21 years old from Weston, Florida, and he is a college student. So he's actually related to Zach Wertenberger, who was on Survivor. I don't watch Survivor, but I think it's really interesting because this season we actually have two people that are related to Survivor alumni, which I think is super cool to have that, especially in Big Brother. When people have that secret, I always think it's super interesting to be related to like someone that played Big Brother before or anything else. I think that's very interesting. And to me, Corey is giving Ian vibes from BB14. I don't know if it's just because he's the youngest one. He's 21, a ripe 21, me too, bestie. But I feel like he's giving smart vibes. I'm hoping he can keep the secret that his brother was on Survivor, because that could possibly put a big target on his back. I don't know if he'll be able to do that. But in the video that Entertainment posted, he said he's going to try to go for the first HOH, and if he doesn't win it, he's going to play like the little boy help me game. And I wonder if, I don't know. I'm very interested to see how Corey plays this game. I can see him going pretty far if he plays his cards right, if he keeps his secret. If he doesn't win the first HOH, I feel like that would be better for him. I don't think he should win it. I think it'll seem like he's floating in the game, but he'll actually be making like big moves behind the scenes. And I think he'll be aligned with Jared if they both can figure out that they're related to someone who's on Survivor. I think that would be a really good alliance for them, because they can really connect there and make sure that no one else knows. So I think that would be a good alliance that I'm honestly hoping for, but I don't know if either of them would be willing to tell anyone. So we'll have to see about that. Next, we have Felicia Cannon. She is 63 years old, and I think she's the oldest woman to ever play the game. So go Felicia, slay queen. She's from Tacoma, Washington, and her occupation is a real estate agent. So Miss Felicia, I feel like she's giving Tiffany BB25 vibes. I think she's going to be everyone's mother. But I do fear she's just going to like kind of float her way through by having a good social game and being like everyone's mom. I feel like she's gonna be in on what's going on in the house, but I don't think she's ever really gonna be making the moves herself. I can't really see her winning any competitions, and maybe that's just me assuming and being ageist, but I don't know. I think she could go far, but as a floater. And I think that she'll have really funny DRs though. But funny in the way that like she's not trying to be funny. She's just like naturally funny. But she's giving mother, and I hope that she doesn't float. I hope she's actually like pulling some strings. I would love to see that. So yeah. Next we have Hassam Gueli. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He is 45 years old. He is from Minneapolis, and he is a geriatric physician. So in his video with Entertainment, he said he really wants a strong person that has their head on and has their emotions in check and everything like that. And I think that's honestly a really good strategy. He wants to have like that one person, and they're both in different groups in the house, which I think is a phenomenal strategy, honestly. If I was going into the house, I would have that one person who was in another group so we could both get intel from different sides. I think that's a really smart way to play the game. I feel like he might be a little bit of a comp beast, but like secretly. Like I think he can win a lot of these comps, but I feel like he might throw them when he needs to because he doesn't want to have that target on his back. And I feel like him and Felicia would be a great like final two alliance because I think Felicia will have her head on, and I think, like I said, she'll know everything that's going on in the house, and I think she'll need to work with Hassam for him to be pulling all the strings. Like I said, I don't know if she'll be doing anything herself. She might have someone else doing it for her, which honestly might be good for her in the long run because she won't really have the blood on her hands, but she could still go far in the end. So I can see them kind of being aligned, which I think would be very interesting to see. Next, we have Izzy Gleicher. She is 32 years old from New York City, and she's a professional flutist, which I think is super cool. But I feel like she is going to be a major floater and a major snitch. I don't know why. I feel like it's going to go in one ear and out her mouth. Like anything she gets, I just have the vibes that she's just going to go around and tell everyone, which is not going to be good with her. Not going to be good for her in the long run. I feel like she's going to be either extremely good at competitions or extremely bad, and I don't think there's going to be an in-between there. I do think she's going to try to get in with the bros, but I don't think it's going to work out for her. They might have her as like a little side piece just for like extra numbers, but I don't think they're ever going to be truly loyal to her. But I do think that she will be in an alliance with Bowie. They kind of give similar vibes. Maybe it's because they both just have short hair that looks similar, but I feel like they could be possibly aligned. Next, we have Jag Baines. He's 25 years old from Omak, Washington, and he's a truck company owner. I have high hopes for Jag. I'm not going to lie. I feel like he is super smart and has a good gameplay. I feel like he'll have a good gameplay. I feel like I was saying with Blue, he could also possibly be a puppet master here. I think him and Blue could possibly be aligned. I think that would be super interesting. And for some reason, I'm getting the vibe that he will have Micole's back. I hope her name is pronounced Micole. I really don't know. I feel like him and Micole will have they'll have each other's backs, but won't have an official alliance. But they'll kind of get far with each other. I don't know. That's how I have high hopes for Jag. I'm going to be honest. I have high hopes for Jag. Next, we have Jared Fields. He's 25 from Norwalk, Connecticut, and he's an exterminator. So his mom was actually on Survivor. Like I said before, I've never seen an episode of Survivor, but apparently she was extremely iconic. So period. And if she taught him anything, hopefully he'll be really good at this. And I hope that, he said in one of his videos that he's definitely going to try to keep the secret. So again, I hope him and Corey kind of make a little Survivor related alliance. I think that would be super interesting to have, for both of them to have that secret and kind of go far together. I could see that happening. But unfortunately, I do think he's going to be aligned with the bros, Luke and Matt. And I think they're going to have a little bit of a steamroll alliance going on, which no one likes to steamroll. It's boring. Next, we have Kirsten or Kirsten. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Apologies. In her video, she said that she wants to be in an alliance that steamrolls. And that really upset me because I had high hopes for her and I hate a steamroll. Oh, by the way, she's 25 from Orlando, Florida, and she's a molecular biologist. But like I said, she wants to be in a steamroll alliance, and I'm going to predict that the steamroll alliance is going to be America, Riley, Luke, Matt, Jared, and Kirsten. That's my prediction right now. again, I hate a steamroll, but I am rooting for Jared. And I like Kirsten. I wanted to like her, but I don't know. The steamroll, man. Like, I can't deal with it. But I do think that she's going to be a memory comp beast. I think being a molecular biologist, like, girl, you got to be smart. I think she's going to have a really good memory and slay the memory comps. And I'm really hoping that Kirsten Blue and Nicole will have like a little girlies alliance, because I would love to see that. And I hope that can happen. I hope that once Kirsten gets in the house, she changes her mind about a steamroll alliance, because that's so boring. Maybe it's a good strategy, but it's not, because it's just like, you're not doing shit, you know? You're just hiding behind, I don't know. I don't like a steamroll. I hate a steamroll. Speaking of steamrolls, next we have Luke Valentine. He's 30 years old, from Weston, Florida, and he's an illustrator. I have a feeling that he's going to be our stereotypical bro, stereotypical comp beast. I think he will have a final 2 with Matt, who we will see next. And I think he will definitely be in a showmance with, honestly, I'm going to say it right now, I think Luke and America will be in a showmance, and Matt and Riley will be in a showmance. Those are my predictions right now. So comment down below if you agree. And I will come back to this to see if I'm correct. But again, I think our steamroll alliance is going to be America, Riley, Luke, Matt, Jared, and Kirsten. And I'm not going to be here for that. I'm really not. I'm going to be upset. But I think Luke is going to be kind of the head of the steamroll alliance. Next we have Matt, who, again, I've talked about him. He is age 27, from Cameron Park, California, and he is a Deaf Olympics gold medalist, so I think he is actually the first deaf player to ever play the game, which I think is super cool, so go Matt. He looks exactly like Tyler from BB20, and he's also a surfer bro, so tell me that's not Tyler from BB20. If he could play like Tyler, that would be great. I honestly, unpopular opinion, I think Tyler had a great strategy and Tyler was a great player. Even though he was in a steamroll alliance, he kind of had both sides. I don't know. I think Tyler was a good player. So if Matt can play like that, good for him. But again, I think he's just going to be in the steamroll alliance. I think him and Luke are going to have a final 2. But I also think he might surprise us and be like really good at memory comps. Usually surfer bros are like stupid, but I don't know. I have a feeling that he's going to be like super good at memory comps, which I'd be interested to see. I also think he could possibly be in a showmance with Riley. Like I said before, I feel like America, Luke, Riley, and Matt are going to be like the core 4. Like, they're going to have their own alliance. I also think the steamroll alliance could also have Cameron kind of on the outskirts of it. I think he may not be cool enough to be in it, but he could be on the outskirts. So that's my prediction there. Next we have Nicole Hayes. She is 30 years old, from St. Louis, and she is a political consultant. I think she's going to slay this game. She said her strategy was to be a politician, babe, and be nice to your face and stab you in the back and steal all your money. And I think that is iconic. I love that in Big Brother. Like I mentioned before, I think her, Blue, and Kirsten are going to have a little girlies alliance, which I would love to see. And I also said I feel like her and Jag are going to have a little, like, have each other's back, not an official alliance, but kind of like, you know, be there for each other. I really want to see her keep her job a secret, because I feel like being a political consultant is like, whoa, girl, you're smart, you know? Like, I feel like it would be good for her to hide that so people don't really know that about her. And like she said, her strategy is to be a politician. So I feel like if people know that she's a political consultant, they're going to know her strategy. So I'm hoping that we see her keep her job a secret. Honestly, I can see her going to final 3 if she does what she says she's going to do and keeps with her strategy the whole game. I can see her going super far and even possibly winning the game. I also have a prediction that she might be a bit of a flirter. She might be flirting just to like she said herself, she's going to be super nice to your face. And what's a great way to be nice to people's face and get what you want? Flirting with them, babes. So I think she might be a bit of a flirter. Again, maybe possibly some Janelle vibes going on. Like, could be really good at comps. But I can also see, I can see her winning. Next, we have Red Utley. He is 37 from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and his occupation is sales. From what I saw from BB Twitter today, he's apparently dating someone that graduated high school in 2019. And he's 37, which would make that person that graduated high school in 2019 like 22. So like a bit of just a little weird, just a little strange, just a bit odd. I think very high possibility of being the first boot. Extremely high possibility of being the first boot. If he's not the first boot, then I fear he's going to be floating far. He might... It's either he's going to be, like, super annoying and the house guests are going to be, like, really annoyed by him, or they're just going to love him to death. For some reason, I think him and Jag will have a secret alliance because it's just so random. Like, who would think that they would be aligned? I feel like that's so random, so I feel like it might happen. No one would expect it, you know? And granted, again, I don't know the dynamic of these people yet. This is pre-season. I don't know if anything I'm saying is going to happen. These are just my predictions. But the Red and Jag alliance is just jumping out at me. Even though I'm not a big Red stan and I have high hopes for Jag, I feel like they're just going to have a secret little thing going on. I also think Red could be on the outskirts of the Felicia Hassam alliance, like kind of be their like little third. But I think Felicia and Hassam will be like final two, and Red will just kind of be like there, and they'll get rid of him when they need to. And last but not least, we have Riley Smedley. She is 24 from Portland, Maine, and she is a bartender. I think Riley and America are going to have a final two. And again, I think Riley's going to be in a showmance with Matt. I can just see it happening. It's always... I've seen this show too many times. I know it. I know who gets in the showmances with who. It's quite predictable. Unless she wants to surprise me. In her video, she says she doesn't want to float. I would love for her not to. I would love for her to surprise me and not be a floater, because I had her pinned as a floater, to be honest. I think being in a showmance will put a target on her back, but if... I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm interested to see. I think that she was cast as the stereotypical dumb blonde. I think we're going to see her in the diary room, like, and making stupid comments, like, "Where's America located? Ha 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 ha." And I also think that she's going to be the crier, trademarked. Like, she is the crier. I can just see it already. She gets put on the block. She's crying, babes. She's crying. She loses a competition. She's crying, babes. She's crying. So yeah, those are all my predictions for the Big Brother 25 cast. I would love if some of these people surprised me, and if there weren't any showmances this season, that would be phenomenal, but I fear it could happen. So who am I rooting for? Blue, number one. Definitely blue. I'm rooting for Jag. I have really high hopes for Jag. I couldn't tell you what it is, but he seems like winner potential to me. And then I'm also really rooting for Corey and Jared, because of their survivor relations. I don't want to be disappointed by them. I think it's kind of high stakes to go into a reality show having someone that you're related to on another reality show, because then it's kind of like you should be good. People expect you to be good. And honestly, I am people. I want them to be good. I want to see them play a good game, and I'm hoping that we can see that, to be honest. I'm also rooting for Nicole. I think being a politician is so cool, and we haven't really, at least the seasons I've watched, I haven't really seen that on Big Brother, and I think that could be a very interesting dynamic, and I really like her strategy of just being nice to your face then stabbing you in the back. That is Big Brother. That's what I'm here for. So I'm super excited for premiere night, and I'm so excited to see what this season brings. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.